When it comes to making money, the business that you're actually in when it comes to making money is you're in the arithmetic business. You're in the arithmetic business. So how do you make the math work? And who are the people that will give you money for that, or investment, or whatever? And the point is, the more that we can niche our stuff down, the easier it is to sell, the more you're aligned with someone, and the better. How are you packaging yourself? What are you actually packaging? What is it supposed to do? What's the emotion? What are they buying from you? What are they looking for? You know, because humans want more woo and less ah. I want you, as I'm carrying a big bucket of fitness wipes. Fitness wipes. I'll explain in a moment. And then there's the book of answers. But so elegant ideas. One elegant idea is worth more than 1,000 semi-good ideas. In your folders, there is a sheet that says elegant ideas and another one that says 250K ideas. I think they're to the left. And when you hear anything that you think is an elegant idea, just go ahead and jot it down. This entire meeting will be summarized through AI. All of the links, everything we talk about will be sent out to you. Parth in the back is creating bots out of the 10-minute talks that are given in the interview that I'll do with Kimberly, and then you'll be able to dialogue with it if you have questions and stuff. It's pretty slick, it's pretty awesome. And I sent everyone, how many of you have gotten a copy of The Singularity is Nearer in the mail? So this is the actually pre-release copy that Ray had sent me. So this is a book that I'm sure you'll find fascinating, and we're going to do our best to help you integrate AI and cool stuff into your businesses as much as humanly possible. And at the same time, technology is important, but psychology is way more important to understanding the mechanisms of what and how. And frankly, I have a lot of mixed thoughts about where things are going with AI. I think we're going to have, when you learn the skills of marketing, and you know, people don't buy from you because they understand what you do. People buy from you because they feel understood. So today, just walking around the office, I was like looking at things. So how many of you were at the annual event where or here when I interviewed Susie Batiste, who came up with Pourri, the poop spray? How many here would admit that they actually have any of this at their home or office? Okay. So at the time when I interviewed her, I don't know what the company's were now. Her net worth was $240 million, and so she has built a very successful company with spraying with a poop spray, and she also has one that is shoe odor elimination. Right. So you know, poop smells, feet smell, whatever. So she sells this stuff, and then on the toilet, there's stink bombs, happy bathroom companion matches, right? Whatever. So why am I showing you this? And then there's fitness wipes over in the gym downstairs. How many of you that are men have bought Dude Wipes? Dude Wipes is a big brand. So what the hell is it? It's the same shit. It's baby wipes, but it's just called something. So how many of you have ever written a book? Okay. So my friend Cindy Cashman became a multimillionaire with a book back in the late 80s, early 90s called Everything Men Know About Women. Mark, can you grab me one of Cherie's books? So Everything Men Know About Women. And thank you, Mark. And so, of course, I give Cherie the idea, because Cherie's the top vaginal plastic surgeon in Arizona. Everything men know about vaginas. So it's her, and of course it's blank, right? Because but the thing is, okay, but it's paper. Okay, paper's expensive, ink's cheap. So what do you put on the paper? What do you put on the message? So how many of you are in a niche market? Okay, just yell out your niches. What's your niche?
Grass-fed beef.
Grass-fed beef. Okay, what's your niche? Yeah.
Retirement income planning.
Okay, but who's your niche?
People living off their savings.
Okay, and is there a certain category of people at an income level?
Certain category of what?
Like how much income they have that would be a right fit client?
Yeah, 6 figures, low 6 figures usually.
How could you niche that even further? What about dentists that were in retirement?
I prefer not to work with business owners. They're all little nuts.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. But the point is, for purposes of this, so, no. But thank you. But so yeah. So just yell out your niche.
Yeah, we did the same thing, but we're working with.
Oh, let's grab you. If someone's going to say, grab the mic. Yeah, because if anyone's going to say more than one word that I can't repeat, I'll just have you use the catch box.
Yeah, we did the same thing, retirement planning, but it's specifically to engineers and executives with the mobility technology.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
our space.
Perfect. Who else? Who else has a niche? Yes.
Chronic illness.
Chronic illness. Myra?
Inheritance planning.
Inheritance planning. Now you're going to give a 10-minute talk, which is going to be quite fascinating. What is the number? I think it's like 14 billion your clients have, or is it more? Wait.
I've worked with clients over many decades who have collectively received more than 14 billion. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And she helps people that have inherited things, not just with their money, but probably all kinds of stuff, because what comes with
Totally.
yeah. that level of wealth being given. Sue, who else? Who else is another? What's your niche?
Military Veteran Executive Search.
Military Veteran Executive Search. Okay. So here's the thing, though. So when I used to do consulting, which I don't do much of, I was more obnoxious than I'm still obnoxious, but I was more obnoxious. I would say, okay, it doesn't matter how good you think your thing is. It doesn't matter how good your product or service is or what it does until after somebody buys it. So in order for somebody to buy what it is you're selling, what do they need to see? What do they need to want? What desire already exists? You cannot create desire that does not exist. You can evoke it, you can excite it, but part of it is, people that, well, I sell real estate. Well, who do you sell real estate to? Well, anyone. I'm a carpet cleaner. Well, who do you clean car? So when it comes to making money, whatever niche you think, the business that you're actually in when it comes to making money is you're in the arithmetic business. So write that down. You're in the arithmetic business. So how do you make the math work? And who are the people that will give you money for that, or investment, or whatever it is that's going to make that? So Henry, what business are you in?
Private jet travel.
Private jet travel. So, and if you look at private jet travel, there's probably a category of people that are a very small percentage of people, but it is a percentage of people, and there's certain characteristics in categorization. Now, the reason that I'm showing you mundane products like a book or matches or a poop spray is, with poop spray, this could be anything, okay? It could be aromatherapy, it could be for pet odors, it could be whatever, but it is specifically designed, and then her marketing early on was really good. And it took something that was embarrassing and something that most people would never want to talk about, and it made it just funny, and it built a giant multi-million-dollar business selling poop spray. And this is, fitness wipes. I mean, it's not that glamorous, but it's niched. Okay, it's a certain category. So the reason I show these is marketing. What marketing is anything that you put in front of somebody is marketing, and marketing is simply bundling and unbundling things done in a certain way. If you take a niche of Genius Network as an example, from just an income criteria, you have to make at least $1 million or more a year in your business, right, in order to become a member of Genius Network. There's other categories we look at, but simply from the economics of math. If I want to so this group started as a $25,000 a person group. Now, prior to that, I also sold the Genius Network interview series before I ever created Genius Network, and it was it originally started out, this is how arrogant this sounds and narcissistic. So in the 90s, I had the Joe Polish Superstar Audio Tape of the Month Club. And it's powerful, right? How many people would just go out and brag that I subscribe to the Joe Polish Superstar Audio Tape. Now, I'm in my 20s. I'm selling stuff to carpet cleaners. I'm learning this marketing stuff. And I liked doing, and the way that I created that was 1 month I just was behind, and I didn't write my Carpet Cleaners Goldmine, which was the name of my newsletter that I was selling to a niche of carpet cleaners. So why did I bring up carpet cleaners? So for one, back then, I was listening to Tony Robbins tapes and Brian Tracy and all that. I eventually ended up, becoming friends with these people later in life, but they wouldn't go into the carpet cleaning industry. It's not like, Tony Robbins is too egotistical to where he would be like, I'm going to go teach carpet cleaners how to, live with passion. So, I'm trying to think how we can make fun of some Tony Robbins stuff right now. Well, he started with NLP, because Bandler and Grinder, and then he, John, was it Grinder or Grinder? John, Grinder. So I'm thinking of fucking apps and shit right now. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, sort of. And so, what's that? Yeah. And then, so then he called it NLP, but then he coined the term NAC, neuro-associative conditioning. And then but the thing is, there's very few. How many people have tried and still try to be Gary Vaynerchuk or Tony Robbins or any of these big speakers that are out in the general market? It's very hard. And most niches can't afford the talent of some of these well-known people, and some of these well-known people will not go into these niches because they think they're too small. And the point is, the more that we can niche our stuff down, the easier it is to sell, the more you're aligned with someone, and the better. And so this is a basic fundamental that is real easy to forget, especially if you become successful, where you're like, oh, I've gotten bigger. So this applies to everyone. It's like, the more that you can niche it down. So the reason I bring this up is we're not going to solve any of this at the moment. I just want to plant a seed that I want you to think of, how are you packaging yourself? What are you actually packaging? What is it supposed to do? What's the emotion that people are buying? What are they buying from you? What are they looking for? Because humans want more woo and less ah. And they will pay a lot of money to avoid ah, even more than to get woo. So if you're selling woo, how do you actually demonstrate the ah that having your woo is going to take out of their life? Because most people are not like, poop really smells, I need to go out and find a solution to this. They may look for it, they may do certain things, but when someone just packages it and makes it easy to get, then people will actually buy it. So the whole point is, there is an elegant opportunity for each and every one of you on how you package. What does Evan Carmichael do? Why does he have 3.7 million subscribers? Never tells people to subscribe to his, you'll never see that on Evan's videos. It doesn't say, subscribe now, click the button, smash the like. Well, he doesn't say any of that stuff. And he actually advises against it. And he has thumbnails and he has openings. He packages videos in a way. So Evan has taught so many people that have great content, including me. I ignored YouTube completely until Evan finally got through my thick skull that, dude, you're spending the same amount of time creating all of this content. Why not set it up so more people view it and more people subscribe? Well, how do I do that? Well, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. So he teaches people how to package videos, everything. It doesn't matter if it's physical or digital. It's all unique packaging. It's bundling and it's unbundling. It's pricing. It's positioning. It's all that stuff. So marketing is what you do to get someone on the phone or face to face with you. Selling is what what you do when you're on the phone or face to face with somebody. So if you're a great salesperson, if you have a prospect, how do you become a great marketer? And you do that through messaging, through packaging, and through niching. The more specific we can get. So that is a conversation we're going to come back to when it comes to this. And a great way to utilize AI right now is to feed in, just have a dialogue. Like when we're done and you see the Delphi conversation tomorrow with Andrew, I want you to talk to the Joe Polish clone, and I want you to ask questions about, how do I make this more specific? How do I niche it? How do I market it? And I will tell you what to do through AI. It's really freaking cool. So, and whatever you do for your clients and however you help people, I want you to do the same thing so that you can just become more useful to the people that are giving you money and the people that you are trying to help. And so I just wanted to plant that seed right now. The Book of Answers, and if anyone gets lost during the meeting, the Book of Answers, the way this is supposed to work, because this is seriously scientifically proven to, I'm kidding. How to use the Book of Answers. Hold the closed book in your hand, on your lap, or on a table. Take 10 or 15 seconds to concentrate on your question. Question should be phrased close-ended. Example, is the job I'm applying for the right one, or should I travel this weekend? 3, while visualizing or speaking your question, one question at a time, place one hand palm down on the book's front cover and stroke the edge of the pages back to front. And by the way, I've been dialoguing with Baby Jesus on this, and this is totally legit, okay? All right, so 4, when you sense the time is right, open the book and there will be your answer. And then 5, repeat the process for as many questions as you have. Got questions? This book has the answer. So Yeah, if all else fails, the book of answers. Would anyone like to try it? Just anything? No, I haven't sold you on this yet. Okay. Yeah, I can see the overwhelming response here. Well, what's that?
Why don't you do one? Do one. While you're paying.
Okay. Will my pain continue on for the rest of the week? Stroke the 10 or 15 seconds.
Stroke it.
Just the book.
No, stroke it.
This is so ridiculous. Trust your intuition.
Oh.
Trust your intuition. And my intuition says no. So, yeah. No, know that I'm not going to have the pain. That's what I mean. So, yeah. So, yeah, this is good. Boy, I feel fantastic right now. All right. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get to know each other. And two comments. Anyone online is welcome to go also. Since we have some new people here and some new people online, someone that's been in this group for a while, please share what's the best way to get value out of this group. Let's start with Jeff Hayes, since you got a catch box right in front of you. Jeff is a 100K member, been in this group for how long?
10 years, but I was off for 2.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things, that thing you sent me, the person who was frustrated with you, that was informative. If you're brand new, this group is the source of all of my friendships and all of my relationships. And I can't tell you the value, the joy from the people that I've met here, but it doesn't happen today. This really takes a year or 2, it was more accurate, to really get your footing. And so don't be embarrassed to introduce yourself. Don't come in here looking for something. It's, the people who really do well just show up and are open and looking for how they can serve. And if that's your mentality, you'll fit in great. Mm-hmm. But based on that conversation, somebody who was frustrated with Joe, and I get it completely, and he misunderstood the whole thing. And so this will be the most valuable organization, most valuable group you've ever attended, but not today.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, right behind. Thank you.
I've been in for a year, so I came last June for the first time. And just so you know, I spent most of the first day going, what is this room? Is this therapy for entrepreneurs? What's going on? But you did say fuck Fauci in the first 5 minutes. I went, okay, I'll stay.
Yeah.
And I actually almost write you this text after every single Genius Network, and then I chicken out. So I'm going to say it right now. And in my estimation, you're pretty shit at listening to compliments, so try to stay present with me, okay? Because I really mean this. Groups follow their leaders, and the leaders set the structure for what is acceptable and what is allowed within their community. And we are only allowed within a community to exhibit the same range and the same qualities that you do. And you go first, and you are transparent and authentic. You tell us about the shit and the good stuff, and there are very few rooms where you can actually celebrate your successes and reach for more, and also talk about how fucking hard it is to do this work and show up and be a leader. And you make that possible for all of us. And I am so grateful for you, because this has been the biggest year for me professionally, and also the hardest year personally. And you guys have helped me get through that, and this has just been my first year. So it's okay if you're lost today and you don't know what's going on. Stick around. Fuck Fauci. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video, and I want to let you know that I have a new book that's come out, and if you'd like to get it absolutely free, there's a link below in the description, or you can wait till the end of this video, or you can simply go to joesfreebook.com and you can get a copy there. I often wonder the deflection of compliments, and I understand the self-deprecating humor that I use all the time, because it's also one of my own internally ways of not buying into my own PR, because I do have a lot of people that say nice things to me, and I also don't want to, it's Kekich credo. My friend Dave Kekich, who passed away, he was paralyzed from the chest down, and he has one of his credos that said things are seldom as great as they seem when they're going well, or seldom as bleak as they seem when they're going wrong. Lighten up, you'll live longer. Right? And I always try to take things in stride, and it is hard for me to take compliments, because I never got any of that growing up, and I craved it. It's probably one of the reasons, as a shy, introverted kid, I wanted so much to try to get connection, because I never got it. And then when you get overloaded with it, sometimes it's like, wow, how do I respond to it? That being said, thank you, and I do want this to be a safe place. And when I say safe place, most of us take a lot of risk, and we don't do things that are quote unquote always physically safe or reputation safe, because there's a lot of people in this room that take a stand for what they believe in, and I respect people that have I'm trying constantly to interview and meet people that have completely different opinions as me, politically or whatever, to try to understand, why do you believe what it is you believe? Like, where, how do you see the world? How do you come to this sort of conclusion? Because you don't change anyone's mind by arguing with them. You try to find common ground, and I do want this to be a place for entrepreneurs to come with their ambitions and their goals and their achievements and their desires, and all the fucking shit that is in the way to prevent that. And if you need like a pinnacle of what I think is maybe stability, which is certainly not me, then Joel Weldon over here. Someone needs to feed this man some gummies or something, because I don't think you've ever been, you never been in talk, let's go back. I want to just ask Joel out of, last time you had coffee, when was that? Caffeine, any caffeine?
It said in the video you're supposed to stand up when you get the box so you can be heard. And use your outside voice, not your inside voice. The last time I had anything other than water was March 16th, 1981.
Okay, yeah. And prior to that, were you drinking coffee, sodas, stuff like that?
I had drinking Pepsi and Coke and coffee, yeah.
Yeah. What's the closest you ever got to doing a shot of Jägermeister, as an example?
No, I don't drink either.
Did you ever drink?
No, I never drank.
You never had a drop of alcohol?
No.
Damn. Wow. The hell vices could I question him about right now? Yeah. Well, good job, Joel.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
Joel, flavors of your life. You got that going for that.
Yeah. Yep. What's that Charles? Has anyone ever read Charles Bukowski, the alcoholic poet? He had, I think his line was, some people never go insane. What truly boring lives they must lead. But I don't think you lead a boring life at all. No. Has anyone ever been on Joel's houseboat with him before you decided to sink it? You've been on Joel's houseboat?
Yeah.
Did he make you cut up the fish and all that stuff?
It was awesome.
Yeah. He puts. It's great. It's really good. And I'll tell you, the reason Joel's 82 years old and in great physical shape is because he's constantly moving his body and exercising and staying engaged. And even though he works his ass off and he's devoted to his clients and his family and all that, he takes time for himself and his animals and nature and all that stuff. And I just think if life is feeling a little stressful or whatever, there's this wonderful thing called the sunshine and nature and life outside of staring at screens that is where you'll find some better connection. So what advice would you have for everybody here on getting the most out of this meeting?
Well, how to get the most out of Genius, you've heard it is a network. And as you said, Jeff, we've known each other a long time. I'm 10 years in Genius. And the greatest benefit has really been the people that I've met, the connections that I've made, Jim and Mimi over these years, and Joe and Cherie. Those things are priceless. And I'd never been in anything like this prior to 10 years ago. And it was certainly the best business decision I ever made and personal decision of being exposed to people like you, and then having the privilege to work with so many people in this room to help them be even better communicators and speakers. You get to know people at a much deeper level. Mm-hmm. And that's been the most rewarding thing. And it's not just about business, it's about that other part. And just what we opened with about pain and health and fitness. That's it. Where do you go to meetings and hear things like that? You don't. And this is a very special place for that. And I'm just so grateful. I wake up every morning saying everything works and nothing hurts. And that's the way it should be. And, well, it is. I mean, I've got a personal trainer that Joe uses, comes 3 days a week, a yoga instructor 3 days a week, 2-hour massage afterwards every week. And you've got to keep moving and doing things and falling in love with your work too. And I think that's the other benefit I've learned from members of this group, is they've learned to love their careers and their businesses even more when they've seen the ELF concept, that you can make it easy, lucrative, and fun. And it doesn't have to be hard and stressful and difficult. And there should be no stress in our lives. When you do what you love and you're an entrepreneur, you don't have to ask anybody to do anything. You control your life, and we're in such a small minority of people that have that ability to not have to answer to somebody other than ourselves. Then why aren't we making the right choices about what we eat and who we hang around with and what we think? So it's really a simple thing, but you have to make that choice. And like you said, Jeff, it's not going to happen today for our first 2 gentlemen here that are at their first meeting. It's going to take a while, but you have to step out and make the connections. That's why these 10-minute talks are so important. And we came up with that little slogan at the beginning of the year. 10 minutes, you go from unknown to known in 10 minutes. And that's what will help the connection here. Give that 10-minute talk so people get to know who you are and what you do and how you can help them. Yep. And this is a wonderful place to be. You've made such a great decision. And you mentioned about, I've had you up on our houseboat, and so I do have, I'm going up for 3 weeks to July and August, but I've got 2 weeks in August and I don't have anybody really coming up yet. So if anybody's interested in doing something like that, just let me know. So the first 2 weeks of August are open, and it's an amazing experience, and I've been doing it for 37 years. So I've got all the toys and lots of joy.
Yeah, and the freaking guy is like really damn good on a water ski, and what's that big thing?
Sky ski.
Sky ski. Freaking gets up like surfing. It looks like a giant unicycle, like on. It's ridiculous, and I can't do that, unfortunately. But
well, you can do a handstand on a paddleboard in the wind. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. So he's an amazing too.
Thank you, and yeah, and so I think Dr. Betty online. We'll do that, and then Dr. Betty.
Hi, hi everybody. This is Betty. I've been here for 6 months, so this is just quickly. So I have 4 things: show up, be vulnerable, meaning be human, listen attentively, and give your gifts away abundantly and unconditionally. Being vulnerable has been probably the best thing for me in this group. And Joe does a really good job setting the stage for that. But really giving your gifts away abundantly and not even thinking about anything, but you can't give your gifts away if you don't pay attention and really listen, so that you can give away what you would normally charge a lot of money for. Give it away here. Not because you're going to get something back, but because it's the right thing to do. And that's how I've received so much value in just 6 months. I feel like I've already been here for a long time, and I've had an opportunity to really go deep with a lot of people, and it has just been such an amazing experience already, just 6 months into this. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, and one of the things too, people this is really my attempt to create the most like a group of givers that are not narcissists, that can come together and be useful to each other. And there's always people that will join the group. We do our best to try to filter out I have zero issue with pursuing opportunities. I hope everyone here makes a lot of money. I hope it helps you reach what it is you're dealing with. I hope you get rid of messes in your life that are causing you a lot of angst. I hope you're able to deal with you're all waking up every day, and like that gaping void. He hates when I call it art. So I'm trying to, but there's if you see the corner one, it says, my life as an entrepreneur, and it says, hell yeah, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, and then hell yeah. So there's 2 hell yeahs and then a whole bunch of oh fucks, right? And I've had so many people take pictures of that. They're like, yeah, that's exactly my life as an entrepreneur. I'm like, yeah. So you know, you're signing up and you're trying to do things that are difficult, but at the same time, you know, you got these goals, you got these aspirations, and I found that life gives to the giver and takes from the taker. And the more that I give, even if I was a selfish, and there are times where I'm, you know, we all are selfish, self-centered, self-absorbed, in pain, and there's other times where we're generous, we're giving, we're caring, we're empathetic, we're compassionate. So life is a mixed bag, right? It depends on what's going on. And Dr. Don Wood, I mean, who's given me one of the greatest framings ever, when we first met at the Spartan World Championships. We were both speaking as keynote speakers at the Spartan World Championships, and Don used to be a hockey player, and he's now a trauma therapist. And he said, you know, we were talking about addiction. And I said, I think addiction is a solution to pain. And it's not a very good solution because it could really mess up your life, but it is a solution in the moment. It works. And he said, if you understood the atmospheric conditions of somebody's life, it would make sense why they do what it is they do. And so everyone here has atmospheric conditions that molded you into who you are, good and bad. And I believe we can alter our atmospheric conditions, and we can influence the atmospheric conditions of other human beings. You know, we're going to give everyone a copy of Kimberly Shannon Murphy's book, Glimmer. You'll read one of the most powerful, impactful books that I have read in a long time about the atmospheric conditions of her life. She's one of the top stunt women in the world. And it'll make sense why she is who she is, because of the atmospheric conditions of her life. And we'll get into some of that. And we all have that. And so here, I want this to help us weather the storms, because there's a lot of them right now. And there's a lot of people that count on every one of us for leadership and for guidance. And when we're all fucked up, and some of you are, and at times, and others aren't, and I don't mean fucked up in an insulting way, I'm just saying things are difficult, things are challenging. You know, where do you go for help? You know, who helps the helpers? How do you do that? And so this is what I want this group to mostly be. All the business conversations and stuff is just to sell people what they want, give them what they need. Sell them, make more money. Books, that's important. I never poo-poo money. People that say money isn't important, try living without it. Money is so important. Money facilitates so many things. But I'll tell you, when I was a broke drug addict, if I would have had a lot of money, I would have killed myself. So it depends on, you know, the access to it and what you do. It's a tool, just like anything else. So we're here to be better connected and be awesome. And how many of you would not, that are new, you don't want anyone to introduce themselves to you? Just so we know who's a little standoffish. Who here does not want anyone to say hello or give you a hug or any of that weird stuff? Because we're not going to. We'll get into the eye-gazing shit tomorrow. But in the first day though, we try to, you know, we try to keep the woo-woo stuff on the down low until, you know, there's a certain. I'm kidding. We won't be doing any of that. So how many of you would like to meet someone new? We'd love to have someone. Okay. So, truth is, everyone here wants to be connected. The Ram Dass thing, we're all just trying to walk each other home. That's really.
Okay, I hope you found that video awesome and useful. So if you want to get a free copy of my book, I want you to click here. And if you want to watch some more videos that'll be useful and awesome, click here. Go ahead. They're over here. Do it now. Come on. Thank you. Watch them.